Turnovers were key in the first half of the game. Chuck Noll, as you can see, with Pete Rozelle, the commissioner, and Mike Adamle of NBC, Mr. Rooney. And let's go now to Mike Adamle in the winner's dressing room.
Thank you very much, Dick. Well, I have to pinch myself to see if I'm awake. This is the most amazing time I've ever been involved in. It is my pleasure to introduce the commissioner of the entire National Football League, Mr. Pete Rozelle, and he's got a very special presentation to make.
Mr. Rooney, you've been in the National Football League since 1933. And during those 46 years, you've had one of the most popular families in sports. Now, of course, you've become the first team to win 3 Super Bowl games. And I know that in addition to your great coach here, Chuck Noll, you must be especially proud to have 2 of your sons, Dan and Art, play such a great job on the management side to help Chuck and this great bunch of football players. Congratulations.
I want to congratulate Chuck Noll and his staff and ball players and my boy Dick, or Danny and Artie. This was a great day. Thank you.
Congratulations, sir. Coach? Coach? Congratulations, sir. It's my pleasure to work in the locker room.
Good. You know, I said one thing about to our football team after the game, and I sincerely believe it. I don't think we peaked yet. And we're looking forward to even bigger and better things.
Yeah. Congratulations. Back to you, Dick.
So the Pittsburgh Steelers and the faces tell the entire story. The joy of victory. 3 Super Bowl championships. They beat the Cowboys 35-31. Much more for you, including the controversy of the second half of this Super Bowl. We'll return to the Orange Bowl in Miami right after we pause for this word. Well, they popped the balloons at halftime to conclude the ceremonies of those festivities, and they all but popped out the lights on the scoreboard at Miami's Orange Bowl tonight. The highest scoring Super Bowl ever, 35-31. The Pittsburgh Steelers have prevailed over the Dallas Cowboys, but not without some controversy. Let's go to the fourth quarter. At the time, Pittsburgh led by only 4 points, and a drive perhaps stalling when Terry Bradshaw went long to Lynn Swann. Was this interference by number 31, Benny Barnes? They trip over each other, certainly not intentional by Barnes, but ruled a foul. Interference against the Dallas Cowboys sustains the drive. Franco Harris bolts up the middle, and that makes it 28-17 Pittsburgh. The Cowboys think they should have gotten the ball. That should have been an incomplete pass. And then this marvelous catch by Swann. Just saying his name, it rolls beautifully off your lips. And what a marvelous catch by Lynn Swann, the Baryshnikov of pro football. That made it 35-17. But the Cowboys refused to quit. Staubach hits Dupre to make it 35-24. An onside kick led to a Butch Johnson touchdown reception from Staubach, 35-31. Chuck Noll's Steelers will go back to Pittsburgh with the Super Bowl rings, their 3rd. Now, Jackie Smith. He will wear the goat horns, but should he completely? Staubach throws to Smith wide open. Pass is low. Smith was slipping, thought he should have caught it. Tough chance. Smith does not get the touchdown, and because of that drop, Septien went for the field goal. Instead of tying the game 21-21 at the time, it was 21-17. Oh, we can do just this game time and time again. Right now, let's go back down to Mike Adamle in the Pittsburgh dressing room.
Well, Dick, I'm with the most valuable player here in Super Bowl XIII, Mr. Terry Bradshaw. All I'm going to do is offer you my congratulations. I'll let quarterback Fran Tarkington ask all the questions.
All right, Mike, thank you.
Terry, it took me 18 years, but I finally made a winning Super Bowl locker room. It ain't bad.
Hey, glad to have you over.
Yeah, do you think you could throw the ball that much against the Dallas Cowboys?
Well, the one thing I didn't want to do, Fran, coming into the game was get away from the things that have brought us here. Play actions on first down, play actions on second down, throwing the ball on third down on my backs, mixing it up, just trying to really get them to think that I was going to throw the football, which I threw a lot today. I've never had success throwing against them because they do so much blitz and we've had trouble picking it up in the past. Today I had excellent line protection for the best part, especially in the first half, and we were able to come up with some big plays.
3rd and 1, 40 seconds to go in the half. You're down to about the 10 or 12 yard line. You rolled out and threw a touchdown pass to Rocky Bleier. I thought you were going to run at the time.
It was an option, run, pass, play. It was 3rd and 1. If they come up in man coverage, I've got Rocky wide open because they have to respect the inside moves of our receivers. If they drop off in a zone, then I run with the football. They dropped off in a zone, I just stopped, They came up to support me, and Rocky slipped in behind him, and I was able to get the ball to him. He made a great catch. To be so short.
Terry, once again, congratulations. Let's go back up to Dick Enberg right now.
All right, Michael, and we'd like to remind fans that we will have the premiere of Brothers and Sisters and then Centennial seen in their entirety at the conclusion of our Super Bowl coverage. That'll be 8:12 Eastern Time. 8:12 Eastern Time. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back. Super Bowl XIII wrap-up.
In the Dallas locker room with Coach Tom Landry, who has been on both sides of these affairs at the end of it. Tom, you had two close plays go against you in the fourth period, the Jackie Smith play and the call on Benny Barnes. Let me take them one at a time. The Jackie Smith play, how did you see it?
Well, it was so wide open that Roger tried to throw the ball in soft, you know, to be sure he wouldn't miss it, and he did. He came a little short with it, and of course when Jackie tried to stop, his feet probably slipped on him, and he wasn't able to make the catch. And to me, that was a big play in that football game. And of course the interference call was another big one, which was unfortunate. Our guys, you know, played their hearts out in the game. That's the thing that disappointed me. And but even when you do that, sometimes the mistakes go against you, and you make a few plays that are bad, and that's what happens.
Did you think you were hurt early by bad tackling, particularly on the Stallworth touchdown, the long touchdown, and the Swan play on the screen?
Well, I'm sure we could have tackled better, you know, in that situation, but the great athletes have the ball, and they make great moves, and that causes bad tackling a lot of time. And those were two big plays, which you have to give them credit for. I think the interception right before the half when we were driving in to get a field goal was a key play in the ball game because it turned the momentum their way at halftime. But still, the two big plays was Jackie Smith play and then the penalty, which was, well, we'll have to judge that call on the merits of it.
Tom, you put 31 points on the board against a Pittsburgh team that was very sound, yet came up short. Do you think the better team won today?
Well, I think any time that you play two great teams on the field, either one can win the football game. I don't consider Pittsburgh any better football team than the Cowboys, working week in and week out. But today they were better because they made more big plays.
Coach Landry, thank you much. As gracious in defeat as always, as ever in victory. Let's go back to Mike Adamle in the Pittsburgh dressing room.
Okay, Brian, thank you very much. I'll take this time out to wipe myself with the terrible towel. Franco Harris, fantastic performance. Here's the play that broke the game open in the fourth quarter, 22 yards out. Describe it.
Well, Mike, it's a inside tackle trap, and I got past the line of scrimmage. They were blitzing, and all I saw from there was goal line. That's all I saw. That's all I thought about after that.
Francis?
Franco, what did you say to Henderson at that point?
Well, right before that play, I just told Tom about getting on Bradshaw. I mean, I thought the whistle blew, and I really didn't like him throwing Bradshaw down. So we exchanged some words, and I guess both sides got fired up at that time. And on the next play, things happened.
Did you ask for the ball there on that play?
No, but I'm very happy that my play was called on that one because I guess that the thing was just at the right moment, and I was just in the right frame of mind to do it.
Franco, I'm interested in the last 2 years, your team has played well. It made the playoffs, but it wasn't as good as the Super Bowl teams of years past or this year. What turned it around for your team this year?
Well, I think we have a team that really worked hard. We have a lot of discipline, you know, like we're loose, a great personality. There's so many things about this team. You know, like if you can just go on and on and on. And I really have to say that I feel the best with this team right here. Just the personality of this team. We have a bunch of champions here, and I think today it really proved it.
What do you people do for an encore?
Well, try for four. Nobody's done that before, so we might as well be the first one to do that too.
Okay, Franco, congratulations once again. Let's go back up to Dick Enberg.
Thanks, Mike.
Now the Steelers have won 3 Super Bowls, the only team to do that. The lucky number is 13 in Miami for that Pittsburgh gang, and we'll be back at the Orange Bowl right after we pause for this word.
Okay, if you had to pick a defensive stalwart here in Super Bowl XIII, you just might pick big number 76, John Banasek, fourth-year man out of Eastern Michigan. Did you have any idea that you'd be able to play so well?
Well, I came into the game very well prepared. Both Dwight and I had studied Pat Donovan quite a bit, and we felt that we were ready for him, and we felt we both could have a good game against him.
Francis, he didn't get a chance to play against you in one of your Super Bowls. Have you seen a performance like his before?
He was great today. Were you worried about Staubach getting outside of the pocket? Were you trying to contain him during the day?
Well, we were trying to get as much pressure on him as we could, and you know, take whatever he gave us. If he wanted to scramble, we were going to let him scramble and try to chase him down. And I think, you know, that's the way it happened, and I think it worked very effectively for us.
It really did. John, this is your 4th year in the league, 2 Super Bowls. What more is it for a John Banasek, as young as you are?
I really don't know. I'm so happy now. My career could end today, and I'd go out with a smile.
John, let's take a chance to look at some of the turnovers that happened here in the game. Here, Bradshaw is hit by Thomas Henderson, and Mike Hagman makes a great play, number 58, and strips him of the ball. Mel Blount make a key interception in the first half to snuff out a Dallas rally, and then Randy White fumbled his kickoff return, and it was finally recovered by Pittsburgh and set up another Pittsburgh score. It was the story of the day. Okay, John Banaszak, once again, congratulations. Brian Gumbel is standing by in the Cowboy locker room with Roger Staubach.
Okay, thank you, Michael. Very quickly, Roger, the play, really the crucial one in the 4th period, 21-17, throw into the end zone to Jackie Smith. What happened as you saw it?
Well, you know, it was a play that was wide open. I tried to take a little bit off the ball and lob it in there, and the ball was a little bit low, and Jackie tried to cradle it and it hit his shoulder pads. But, you know, I threw it low, and it would have been a catch that if I would have thrown a good pass, he would have had without any question. And since he kind of slipped down, he said, and cradled the ball, and he dropped it. He feels as bad as I do because I could have thrown a better pass.
Roger, thank you much for being with us. We've got to throw it back up to the booth. Dick?
That's it, huh? Represented in this Super Bowl XIII. It will be remembered as the most exciting, 35-31. But whether your bent happens to be ballet, opera, or impressionistic art, if you were a football fan or not, on this Super Bowl XIII, you saw a Monet. Final 35-31 Pittsburgh.
Oh, where's that champagne?
Super Sunday on NBC has been brought to you by the 1979 Volkswagen Rabbit and Rabbit Diesel. And by Gillette, makers of foamy shave cream. It's more than thick and rich enough. And by Canon, quality camera and photographic equipment for first-time or full-time photographers.
Los Angeles this morning, and he is with 2 men you've come to know, the Pittsburgh